Good day, I'm Carrie Ann Smith, and this is your JIS news for Monday, August 4. $15 million has been provided to support emergency drought mitigation efforts in the worst affected parishes starting August 4. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller made the announcement Sunday at the 62nd staging of the Denby Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show in Clarendon.
I have instructed the Ministry of Local Government to develop an emergency response plan to complement those plans implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change.
The money will be used to truck water to the troubled areas for domestic and agricultural use. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister had high praises for a successful staging of Denby 2014, especially to those farmers who persevered despite the drought.
Denby 2014 is a salute to the resilience of the farmers of Jamaica. It represents one of those unique factors that makes Jamaica a great nation. It represents the strength, resilience, and creativity of our people.
Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller also addressed the nation on Emancipation Day, August 1, and challenged Jamaicans to actively honor the struggles of our freedom warriors by building on the community self-help spirit they pioneered. Similar sentiments were shared by the Governor-General, Sir Patrick Allen, who urged Jamaicans to reject the negative thoughts that sap their creative energies and undermine productivity.
It is time for us to stand together and combine all our efforts to free our country from every form of barrier, tribalism and hindrance to our progress as a people. Let us now move with haste to engrave a new profile on the local and international image of Jamaica.
We need especially to remember the tenacity of purpose, the resistance, the resilience, the indomitable will of the enslaved. If our ancestors could nurture that all things are possible attitude under those heart-rending conditions, what could there be that we, their heirs, cannot do today?
Opposition leader Andrew Holness stressed that Jamaicans could not afford to relinquish the country to those who would betray the struggles of our ancestors by encroaching on the freedom of others.
There are those among us who have used the freedoms hard fought and won by our forebears in such a way as to take away the freedoms and rights of others. We must never make excuses for criminals. There are hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans who are poor and dispossessed, but who use their freedom not to choose crime as a way of life.
The Ministry of Health is strengthening Jamaica's Ebola preparedness plan as the disease continues to ravage sections of West Africa. The Ebola virus is a severe, often fatal illness with a death rate of up to 90% and is transmitted through direct contact with blood, other bodily fluids or secretions such as stool, saliva, urine, and semen of infected persons. Portfolio Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson chaired a high-level meeting on the situation last Thursday. Director of Emergency Disaster Management and Special Services, Dr. Marion Bullock-Ducasse, says the ministry took the decision to increase the country's vigilance and preparedness, even though Jamaica does not at this time fall into the category of at-risk countries. She says the intervention includes Ebola-specific training for key personnel. Dr. Bullock-Ducasse says the Health Ministry will also continue its public education initiatives to keep citizens informed about how best to protect their good health. Symptoms of the Ebola virus include sudden onset of fever, intense weakness, muscle pain, headache, and a sore throat. This may be followed by vomiting, diarrhea, rash, impaired kidney and liver function, and in some cases both internal and external bleeding. 86 medical personnel will receive specialized training over the next 3 years as the government moves ahead with PROMAC, the program to reduce maternal and child mortality. PROMAC is a 4-year intervention funded with a €22 million or $3.3 billion grant from the European Union to help Jamaica meet Target 4 and 5 of the Millennium Development Goals. Training will be conducted in the field of pediatrics, obstetrics, gynecology, nursing and neonatology, among other areas. The training will be done at the University of the West Indies and will complement other components of PROMAC, which includes the provision of equipment, ambulances and infrastructural upgrade at some of the main health facilities. And finally, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller has saluted Jamaica's athletes on their successful performance in the just completed Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. The national team gained 22 medals, including 10 gold medals.
And I want to commend our athletes. They represented a country with dignity and with pride and reaped success, carrying the colors of our Jamaican flag, the black, the gold, and the green.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.